on the good farm dirt, coffee steam on your faded shirt. You laugh, say, grab your boots, let's go. Dry leaves whisper as they bow low. Just memories now, but they still feel.
Hi guys, and welcome to Yippee Hippie's Resin Journey. This is Lisa, and I'm from West Virginia. And today I'm making a tray in honor of my mom, and I'm using the Let's Resin mica and the blue ghost, the gold ghost, blue, white, and I think that was all that I used. I've already mixed up my resin, and now I'm mixing the colors. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, hit that like button, and share the video. It is very much appreciated. In an upcoming video, you'll see me and my daughter-in-law making something. Going to be making something again that's toward the Yippee Hippie name. Me and my daughter-in-law was working on it today, and the video should be up in the next day or two. But I'm just mixing in my colors, choosing what colors I want. And once I get the colors mixed, I will go back and be adding a little bit of glitter, and also I'll be adding glue to keep the colors separated. And I just use 1 drop per ounce. And once I get all the colors mixed up, then I'll start. And I've, as you can see, I've got my label on my mold so that I can make sure that it's level when I pour it. And I'm cleaning my mold up. Once I get it all cleaned up, then I'll start with the pour. Now I'm going to mix in, I think this would be the gold ghost. And that's the gold. I'd ran out of measuring cups, so I used a half of a water bottle. Now you'll see me pouring, and I'm just going to rotate between the colors and not really pouring it in any specific way, just pouring it on. Next color I'll be using is the blue. And I always have what I'm using in my resin pieces listed in the description box below, as far as, the molds and the mica and stuff like that. And I usually buy my stuff from Temu or AliExpress for now, until I, can afford something, a little bit different. And I'm going back in with the white. Well, I think that's the gold ghost, actually. Adding, that's the gold there, and I'm adding the gold, which I added some white to it to make it a little lighter in color. I thought it would match the picture that I'm going to be placing on it a little bit better. And this is a little project in honor of my mom's farm. We had to sell the farm this past year or last year, and it was a sad day. So I wanted to do something that represented the farm but wasn't an actual picture of our farm, um, in honor of Mom, since, March 21st was her birthday. So I figured this would be a nice little keepsake and something I could get to my daughter or my son. And once I get all the resin in, I will let it set and then come back and I'll put the picture on. And I'm just going to swirl it around, trying to, give it a marble effect. But I really didn't have to do this, but I did it anyway, just to make sure the colors on, or the project didn't have any sharp edges, or not really sharp edges, but predominant edges or lines. Now I'm back, and then I'll be putting the picture on it. And I chose a blue tractor because when Mom first moved up to Summersville onto the good farm, um, there was a tractor up there that looked just like that tractor. And I remember us going through the cornfields and bringing in the corn. And my stepdad, he would take my kids on tractor rides, and he'd let them drive the tractor and sometimes the lawnmower and stuff. So it was good memories up on the good farm. I mean, really good memories. Something I treasure, and I know my kids do. But so I chose that, and it's actually a metal sign that you can get through Temu, um, that you can hang up like on the wall, or wherever you want to hang it. And I decided I wanted to put it into a tray, so that's what I did. I decided I'm going to make a tray out of it, and I still have a bigger project coming up. I just haven't gotten all the materials for it, but it's going to be another, uh, you know, tribute to my West Virginia roots. Um, Something to go with the table, but it's not going to be nearly as big as the table, but it's going to be a bigger project nonetheless. I mean, And I've watched CCUK Resin Andy, and I watched him doing some Petri effects the other night, and I'm wanting to try that again, but this time I'm going to use my puppy heart mold and see if I do better. Hopefully I do better. And I'm just getting my resin and stuff ready. I think I pour one more layer of resin on here before I add the tractor. Because I see on the edge of, on the right hand side, that where my mold wasn't completely level the way it should have been, I think my dogs knocked it unlevel. It didn't set in the right lower part of my mold, so I'm going to go in with another layer of resin, the colors, to make sure it's even. I wanted my project to be even. And one thing I have found out that, in doing this stuff is, if it ain't completely level and you're going to do another layer, I'll rotate my project, my mold, and make sure that the next layer will level it out to where it's even and not wonky, not looking off a little bit. And it worked. It worked really well with this project. I mean, I love how this looks. I'd like to do another project with similar colors with the same effect, because I think it turned out so pretty. And once I get all my colors remixed up the way I need them, then I'll start pouring it on my project again. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's been a little nippy today. It was warm. It was nice and warm for a few days, and now it's back to being cold again. The weather just doesn't seem to know what it wants to do. One day it's hot and the other day it's cold. If y'all have any ideas on things that you would like for me to try to make, or any suggestions, or any helpful hints, or anything like that, please leave them in the comment section below. I do read my comments, and I try to reply to everybody. Sometimes I might miss you. If I do, I'm sorry for that. And I hope to do better. But I do try to message everybody, do a reply back on my messages, because I do read my comments. And I take everything to heart, and I try to learn from anything any instruction or helpful hints or advice anybody wants to give me. I'm trying to get better at the videoing, and I've got a different type of tripod in my cart to be ordered, and I'll be getting that before long, and hopefully it'll give me a better angle with my videos, and my filming. And then I'm still learning the editing process, and I'm trying to get better at that. So, it's just a work in progress, really. Just learning things as I go, and just having fun with it. Yeah, I want to build my channel. I want it to grow. I think everybody that does a channel like this wants their channel to grow. But I did basically the YouTube thing to kind of get me on my shell, because I'm very much non-social. I mean, my son is trying to talk me into doing a live interview with CCUK Resin Andy, and I haven't really gotten the courage up yet. But hopefully I will get the courage up and we'll be doing it live. I don't know if it will be with him or who, but I might try doing a actual visual live, whether it be with him or by myself. I don't know. But yeah, I know CCUK Andy is he gives you great advice. He's hilariously funny, and it might be interesting. And I'm getting to know people, um, through this, so it's getting me out of my shell a little bit, and where I can socialize a little bit, but not really have to go out and about to do it. Not as stressful and not as much anxiety with it, doing it this way. So, but I've gotten to know Pours Resin with Love, Tina. I've gotten, talk back and forth with her on messages and comments and stuff. And she's such a nice person and very helpful. She doesn't hesitate to help you and give you advice on stuff. And I really appreciate it. And she did gift me a mold, and I really appreciate her doing that. Just getting to know people. I mean, this little community of resin is such a beautiful thing. I mean, it really is. Um, getting to know people, and they're all over the world. I mean, I'm from West Virginia. I've only lived out of West Virginia once, and I can count on one hand how many times I've been outside of the state of West Virginia. Never been out of the United States. I've never traveled. So it's nice that you can connect with people from all over, and it does me good. It does my heart really good with it. That you seen, I poured in all the colors and trying to make sure that it's level, and I'm just pouring it around, trying to make it look like a marble type effect. And then once this sets up, I will be coming in with the picture you see at the top there with the tractor picture and putting it in. I just took the rest of the clear and poured it on the top of my mold. No real reason why I did it. It's just it needed a little bit more resin in there, and I had the clear, and I just went ahead and used it. And I also wanted to see if it would, change the look of it in any way. So, experimenting. Now, once I get all this in, and I'll let it set overnight again. And I'm using the 1-to-1. It's called Lovfen resin that I bought from Temu. Okay, now I'll let this set and then come back and add the tractor on it. And then the top layer. I'm going to spritz it with alcohol. I'm doing some cleanup. A little bit of cleanup. My area always looks a mess, but that's all right. I'm having fun with it, so it really, is all good. I always clean up my area before I start a new project anyway, so it doesn't matter. I need to rearrange everything again because I'm going to be having this new order come in. I'm wanting to make sure I work off my new stuff and then go back in with the other stuff that I bought, and just, now I'm just cleaning the area up before I let it set overnight. I'm giving it a little bit of a swirl like I did before, making sure that there's no defined lines or anything in it. I want it to be cohesive and look really nice and marbled when it's finished. Okay, now I'm going to come back in with the picture. And I also got, like I said, I got it from Temu. I only paid a couple of dollars for it. And it is a metal tin. And I'm going to use Mod Podge on the back of it before I place it down onto my project to kind of let it seal and keep it from and let the resin it keeps the resin from going underneath it and the mold popping up, and it'll lay flat. When I put the glue on it, I don't know if it's the right way to do it, the wrong way to do it. It's just the way that I do it. But I found that if I put the glue on the back before I lay the picture, or like this, the little metal tin, if I put that glue on it first, it'll lay flat and nothing seeps underneath. I'll let it set for a few minutes before I pour the resin on it. So now I'm going to open it up. I think the hardest thing that I've gone through is losing my dad and my mom, and then my baby sister and my brother. And now I'm losing another brother who wants me to actually make his footstone. So I'm going to be attempting a footstone in upcoming videos, but I'm not going to jump onto that until I have to. But he's got cancer and he's on stage 4 for aggressive cancer, and he doesn't really have that much longer to go, and he wanted me to make his footstone, so I'm going to make it for him. And I'm just putting the glue on the back of the little picture before I put it in my tray. These are nice size trays. I mean, I call them a little tray, but they're not. They're pretty decent sized tray. And then you get the little side pieces that it goes in, and they look so pretty. I'll probably be making quite a few of these. I really like the trays. I've got another, it's a tabletop mold that I've got in my cart that I'll be getting too. And I plan on trying to make a coffee table later on. But there you see that I've got my picture in. And I'm going to let it set for a few minutes. And I'm cleaning off the top of it and make sure there's nothing there. Make sure it's centered. And once it's sit there for a few minutes, giving it glue, timing up, and I just use Mod Podge on the back of it to put it down on the resin. Okay, that's the glitter. It's iridescent glitter that I got from AliExpress. It only cost like $2.39 for it, and it's real pretty. And you get 50 grams, which is quite a bit, you know. So I think it was a good buy for the money, and I plan on buying more. I've got quite a bit of glitter in my cart right now. Make a few more gallons of resin. But I'm mixing the glitter into my resin right now. Cleaning my spatula off. And I'll set it to the side. And I'm just going to pour over. And I start at the edges and then work my way in. I don't know if it's the right way or the wrong way to do it. It's just how I do it. And then I kind of go in and fill in the middle so I don't over pour, because I over poured the one time and it was a mess. Didn't mean to over pour, but I found that doing it this way for me helps me prevent going over on the resin. And also, now that I know pretty much the measurements and how much this mold takes, I don't mix up too much now. If you hear whining, that's my dog Angel. She's sitting here begging and sitting up pretty for me. Don't you, Angel? She's a doll baby. She's a little white chihuahua. And she's sitting up pretty again and begging. I'll have to post a picture at the end of the video of my dogs, because you'll hear them a lot. You'll hear them bark, or you'll hear them whine, or you'll hear them fighting. And Angel, she's just about almost, yeah, almost a year old. So she's a little rotten little thing. She was no bigger than a minute when I got her. But I'll try to put a picture of my dogs at the end of the video so y'all can see, what my dogs look like. And maybe in some upcoming videos you'll see them in a video. Who knows? Now I'm spritzing the top and I'm going to let it set overnight. And then I'll come back with the demold. I'm cleaning up my area. Now I'm back. And we're going to start unmolding. And I think the way this marbled was so pretty. And I did use the glitter, or not the glitter, but the glue in my resin so that the colors wouldn't merge. And I liked how I did that because the gold and the creamy color that I made and the blue, you can tell all three colors are there. They didn't blend. And there's one side. Almost looks like clouds. So pretty. And my next little project is going to be something fun. I started working on it today with my daughter-in-law, Cindy. And she's sitting beside me. You'll see her working on her project beside me. And me working on mine. So you'll see what she created and you'll see what I made as well. I take those out and I clean up my mold a little bit before unmolding the other. I try to keep up with cleaning my molds because I want them to last as long as possible. And now I'm taking out my tray. There's the back of it. Oh, it's so pretty. I think it looks like clouds in the sky and stuff. There's a little bit of trimming I needed to do, so I ended up trimming the edges off where it needed. Didn't need much. And then I'm going to put it together. I think it turned out so pretty. I think Mom would have liked it. She would have put it somewhere and displayed it. She loved the farm. We had horses there for a little while. And she loved those horses. But there it is. I'm going to be doing another tray coming up in the probably next week sometime. There it is, the finished project. Sitting on my desk, and there it is, the other side. I hope y'all enjoyed my video. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Stay tuned and watch to the end. You'll see pictures of my puppies. Y'all have a blessed day.
Morning haze on the good farm dirt, coffee steam on your faded shirt. You laugh, say grab your boots, let's go. Dry leaves whisper as they bow low. Just memories now, but they still feel